everyone, it is Danielle and I am back with my week 2 of Project Life. Now last week I chose to use a 12 by 12 photo or a page protector, so I'm going to need to incorporate that into this week. And I have this laid out how it's going to look in my book. Now I have my pictures and cards already picked out and printed up. For that 12 by 12 side, I'm using this picture. I think this is sized at 9 by 5 and it's just of my daughter and my mom when we went out to lunch. Now, I made a couple collages for this week. This is one of them, and I'm gonna pull another one out here just to show you. I used some Tracy Larson templates for these, and you can get them on her website. I will put a link for that down below. They're from her Simply White collection. I think these are from volume 2, but it just makes it really simple. She has the pictures all sized out and some text boxes. I did this a lot through PicMonkey and then sometimes in Photoshop Elements too, but having the templates already ready just makes it a lot easier. So I really liked using those. I have a card here, or a photo I should say, of my Felicity Jane kit. I got that this week and I was super excited when I saw it at my front door. Now, this is the other collage that I was talking about that I don't know if I'm going to use. I sometimes don't like using 2 collages like that on one layout. It just looks a little busy for my eye, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, this is a card that we got. My husband ordered some glasses, and this came in the box. I thought it was really cute, so I just added it. Now, a lot of the cards I got from One Little Bird. So these 2 right here both came from the same set. They came from the Artisan Journaling cards. This one came from the Silver Linings set. This card is actually from a Scraptastic This Life Noted kit from probably several months ago. And then I have this last picture of my scrapbook area. I don't know if you can even tell, it's pretty tiny. But now I have everything where I want it. I just set it aside and then I'll just pull one piece out at a time. All right, so for this card, I am going to be putting a tag on it. And when I just put the tag by itself, it looked, oh, I don't even know how to say what I'm trying to say, maybe a little lonely. And I found that if I backed it with something, it maybe just gave it a home. So I pulled out one of the cards that matched the other cards that I was using. This one happened to come from the Silver Lining set from One Little Bird. And I am just getting it on there and then trimming up all of the edges off. And can I just tell you, I absolutely love this kit. The packaging is so pretty. How can that not make you smile? I went out to get the mail and it was just propped right there. Oh, so cute. And this is the Olivia kit. And I am super, super excited to start working with it. I think the colors are really, really pretty. So I'll be excited for that. And because it just made me smile so much, I definitely had to include it. So I'm just going to jot down how cute this is and how I'm excited to start working with it. I'm going to be, you see that wood veneer arrow, I'm going to be scattering a couple pieces of wood veneer throughout this layout. Oftentimes I like to take one kind of embellishment and just kind of scatter it throughout. To me, it adds a little bit of interest, but keeps it simple too. So this week I chose wood veneer. And sometimes I don't take that approach and sometimes I do, but I always like the weeks that I do. All right, the second card is of that little tiny photo of my scrapbook area. This card says Workspace Wednesday, and so I thought that it worked, but I took this photo because I was scrapping a lot this last week, and you could tell my desk was a complete mess, and so I thought it was kind of fun to capture that. On this card, I'm going to be writing a little story about my daughter, and I'm going to be using the stamp set that came with the Felicity Jane kit, and I'm using that sentiment that says a little bit of happy. Now, in an earlier video, I had talked about how I wanted to be more diligent about writing little notes throughout the day and how I wasn't very good about that last year, but this year I wanted to be better. And I think that I've done a pretty good job about committing to that. And this is one example of how that was a good thing, because I was sitting in the other room and I heard my daughter trying to sing the ABCs. She did a pretty good job. And she knows her letters. Like if she saw an A, she knows that's an A, but she's not a big singer. And so I've been working with her to try to sing the ABCs, and she hasn't been interested, but so when I heard that, I was in the other room, it made me smile, so I jotted it down. this is something that I didn't have a picture of, and I never would have remembered when I sat down to do my project live. So I'm really happy that I got this memory recorded in this week. So on this collage, I'm just using this little banner arrow shape. It says best idea ever. We had went to my parents' work and everybody signed her cast. And that was a cut apart from the Felicity Jane kit. All right, so on this card, this is my favorite card this week, and this is where I got kind of my color inspiration from. And I just wanted to write in that little white spot. I was kind of worried because it's a small spot, but I just put on there Sundays are for watching football and scrapbooking, that is what a Sunday looks like here. So it fit perfectly, but I was a little nervous about it. All right, so on this Just Start card, I'm going to be using another wood veneer heart. I think that looks super cute on that circle there. And I kind of struggle with what I'm going to write. I picked this card because me and my husband are choosing to have a more healthy lifestyle, make better choices. And we've been wanting to do it for a while, but this is the week that we finally committed to it. So I thought that I needed to write something down to remind myself what I'm just starting. So I'm just using a little of that Tombow Mono liquid adhesive to adhere all of the wood veneers on my cards and on my layout. I think that little heart looks so cute. So this last card that I'm going to work on here, this is, like I said, my husband ordered glasses this week, and he got them from David Kind, where they send you like 6 pair, and then you get to try them on, and then you get to order from those. And then when he got his final glasses, this is what it came in. And I don't know, I really wanted him to order glasses from there, and I thought this was really cute, so I definitely wanted to include that into this week. But I just don't know what to write on it, so I put it aside and think about it. All right, so I'm working on my 12 by 12 portion, and I am backing this photo with some white cardstock. It's different than the 12 by 12 piece of white paper. It's textured and it's a little bit more shimmery, so you can definitely tell the difference. Now, for my week 2, I was going to use a digital brush and just put it right on the photo, but I forgot. And so what I did, instead of getting a new one, is I cut this label out with my silhouette. It's a silhouette file. You can see that I used a card that came from the silver linings pack from One Little Bird. And then I just sized down that week 2 to fit in that spot. So I take a break here because I decided I want some stitching. So you see I stitched around there, and then I also added a strip down at the bottom, that cute little corally strip. That came from the bottom of a Studio Calico paper, and I stitched that down as well. And then I'm going to be adding this week 2 to the photo, or to the layout. I'm going to be putting some brads in those on each side of that, and I was just going to put them on the label, but then it's kind of a small area, and I thought the little legs on the brad would stick out. So I decided to adhere it down to my page first and then put the brads in. I'm using that Tim Holtz piercer, and then these brads are from, it's a Recollections brand that I got from Michaels. I've had them forever, but I really like the little tiny ones. I wish I could get just a big box of just the tiny white ones, but I don't know if they sell them there, but I haven't found them. So these 2 labels, I got these from Studio Calico. I got them from the digital shop, and then I just printed them out and cut them out. Then I'm going to be layering a wood veneer on top of this. It's a ampersand, and I got this with my Felicity Jane kit this month. I think it's really cute, and I also think it's a really good size too. I really like it. So from here, I'm just going to get my journaling down, and I'm using this ruler to draw some lines. A lot of times I'll just free hand my line. I don't worry about it, but I wanted them to be straight and where I wanted them, and I didn't want to have to worry about messing up because I already stitched down that photo, and if I messed up, I'd have to reorder it. I didn't want to deal with that. So I just used the ruler to get those lines down. And then I just jot down real quickly that this was, we had chose to go out to lunch with my parents, and how London loves being around them, and so it was fun to do that. And then also how she ate super good for lunch this day, which my daughter has eating issues, so that was really exciting. And I also jot down too how it just, this day in particular, I just couldn't believe how grown up she was and how it just felt like time was just slipping away from me. I've kind of been that way ever since she's turned 3. I don't know. It just feels like she's so grown up now. And I never thought I would be the type of person that would get emotional about stuff like that. But for some reason with her, I am. I just find myself being just holding on to time so tightly. But she's at a fun age, and it's fun having her. But anyway, so the last thing that I'm going to do on this layout is get the dates on here. And I am just doing the dates that span this week. I'm using this Dear Lizzie roller stamp that has like the sentiments on one side, but I'm not using the sentiments. I really like the way this stamp looks. I don't know, I like the size of the letters and the font or the text that they used. I really like the style of it. And so it's kind of a pain though, because a lot of times I don't want to use the sentiment. So I don't know how many times I'm going to use it, but all right, so that side is done. I think that looks really clean and simple, and I really like the way that looked. And so now I'm just going to pull these other cards out and get them all situated. You'll see that I'm cutting my thread off. So when I did some stitching on the 12 by 12 layout, I decided to do it on some of the cards as well. And there's really no rhyme or reason to this. I just picked up a card, and if I thought stitching would look cute on it, I put it on there. I didn't think too much about it at all. I think that the stitching adds, I just really like the way it looks. So I'll probably do that a lot. So I realize here that I still have to deal with that thank you card that we got with my husband's glasses, and I thought about just leaving it blank, but then I thought it wouldn't really make very much sense if I didn't put something on it. So I just quickly jot down that my husband got new glasses. I probably should have taken a picture of him with his glasses, because then that would have been good. And I guess I could go back and do it, or I could even do it now, but I decided to not worry about it and just put it in there. And then I have to decide what picture I'm going to use. If I'm going to use the collage print or this is a single shot of my husband. And I decided to use the collage one. My daughter watches football with my husband, and so I thought that it would be cuter to document that. But what I did was I put it on the opposite side. I switched the cards around because I thought them being on the collages being on opposite corners was a little, I just liked the way it looked better. So then I had to flip the 3x4 cards around as well. But that is the finished layout, and I think it turned out pretty good. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.